Unbelievable. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. First of all, it's great to be home. This is home. It's great to be home. We love New York. We love New York, and we are all together going to make America great again, folks. So, I was driving over from Manhattan, and I passed Queens. I love Queens. Do we have a lot of Queens? I grew up in Queens. And I used to play, I used to get here at like 2 in the morning to play a round of golf at Bethpage. You all know what I mean, right? But I love this city and I love this country, and we are going to start winning again with our country, because we don't win, we never win, we never ever win anymore. We don't win with our military, we don't win on trade, we don't win on health care, we don't win on anything. We are going to start winning again, folks. So in coming up, I said to myself and I said to some of the people when we were in the car, I said, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm putting my own money in, right? And all of these people that are running for office, they're like off the trough. They take money in from all the special interests where they can't make proper transactions for you. And that's going to stop. It's going to stop. You look at what's happening. I love you too. I love these people. These are my people. Man. I've got so many family members here today. Look at that. Boy, oh boy, my sons and my daughter. Did Ivanka do a good job? She had a baby like 5 days ago, so she did a good job. So I should not say, Ivanka, you're fired, right? I promise. I promise. I promise. So I love this. Somebody else would say, that's a tough crowd. It is, for the heart. We love this crowd. We love you people. We love you people. We love. So here's what we're doing. On June 16th, I came out and I said, and it's not easy to do, it takes guts. I came down the escalator with Melania. I said, come on, let's go. I took a deep breath, and it was all about trade. It was all about borders. It was all about all sorts of things. And today, it's that. But it's also about our military. We can't beat ISIS. We're going to knock the hell out of ISIS. Believe me. Can you imagine what our great generals, General George Patton, General Douglas MacArthur, can you imagine what they'd be saying if they saw what's going on with what we're doing and the way we fight? We don't fight like people from Long Island. We don't fight like people from New York. So we're going to rebuild our military. It's totally depleted. You know it. We know it. They don't like talking about it. We are going to rebuild our military. It's going to be bigger and better and stronger than ever before, and nobody is going to mess with us. Nobody. And very, very important, we're going to take care of our vets. Our vets are not taken care of. So our country owes now $19 trillion. We owe trillions to China. We owe trillions to Japan. The whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. It's going to change around. It's going to change quickly. We are going to renegotiate our trade deals. In China, the case of China, $500 billion trade deficit every single year. It's going to end. Mexico, I love the Mexican people. I love Hispanics. I love Hispanics. They're unbelievable people. We have now $58 billion trade deficit with Mexico. And our businesses, sadly, are leaving our country, going to other countries. They're leaving our jobs in Long Island. You know it better than almost anybody. Our companies are being uprooted, taken out. They're moving to Mexico. They're moving to other countries. Everybody is looking for jobs, and you know what? We're going to end the practice. We're going to keep our companies here, and we're bringing companies back to the United States. We are going to have a strong border. We are going to build the wall. It will be a real wall. A real wall. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Who is going to pay for the wall? Who? By the way, 100%. When these politicians come up, they say, you can't really get Mexico to pay. I just put out a plan 3 days ago. So easy. When we're losing $58 billion a year in trade deficits and a wall's going to cost $10 billion, folks, how easy is that? It's going to happen, okay? It's going to happen. 100%. It's going to happen. Go ahead. Never changes. Hey, New York, it's called New York. It never, ever will change. So, what's happened, and very strongly what's happened, we are going to have those strong borders, just as you saw last week. The Border Patrol, 16,500 people in the Border Patrol endorsed, and I didn't even ask, endorsed Donald Trump for president. The first time they've ever done it, they've never endorsed anybody for president, but they want to have strong borders. And you know what? I thought to myself, has anybody heard the snake? Has anyone heard of it? Have you heard? Should we do it? Should we do it? All right. The main thing, can you hear me all the way in the back? Can you hear me? Can anybody not hear me clearly? All right. I want to thank my brother, my cousins, my nephews, my beautiful daughter-in-laws, my son, wonderful Ivanka, as you know. They all came to see this. I mean, they can't even believe it. You know, Lion Ted Cruz came today. He couldn't draw 100 people. 100 people. He could, I'm telling you. In fact, it was a big headline today in the New York Post. He couldn't draw 100 people. Now, do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember during the debate when he started lecturing me on New York values like we're no good? like we're no good. And I started talking to him about the World Trade Center, the bravery, the incredible bravery of everybody, our police, our firemen, our everybody. Better believe it. Better believe it. So I looked at him and started talking about our incredible police, our incredible firefighters, our incredible people, our unbelievable construction workers. Who could have done that? Who could have rebuilt that hole? There was never anything like it in this country. The worst attack in the history of the United States. The bravery that was shown was incredible. We all lived through it. We all know people that died. And I've got this guy standing over there looking at me, talking about New York values with scorn in his face, with hatred of New York. So, folks, I think you can forget about him. You can forget about him. He is Lion Ted. You know, I came up with the idea, but you have to spell it right. It's L-Y-I-N apostrophe, Lion Ted. The Bible held high. He puts it down and then he lies. You know the wonderful thing? He lies like crazy, but most of the time I win the evangelical vote. The evangelicals, the Christians like Donald Trump. I'm a straight shooter. I shoot straight. Like New Yorkers, we shoot straight. You have another one running. He was in favor of NAFTA. Do you remember that? Kasich. He is now 0 for 32, except he won his state. So he's like 1 for 33. And he won't leave, and that's okay. You know what? He's a nice guy. Let him keep going. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. But both of them, and this is so serious, both of them, we have a deal under negotiation being negotiated by President Obama, which you immediately know it's got to be a bad deal. A bad deal. Don't forget, Obama negotiated the Iran deal, one of the worst deals ever negotiated. So what we have, thank you, darling, I love, screaming love, I love you, Trump, I love you, Trump. Thank you, I love you, Ooh, I do. So both of them want TPP, which is Trans-Pacific Partnership. It is a disastrous deal. It's going to suck the blood out of New York. It's going to suck the blood out of our country. Both of them want it to happen. I'm going to fight it, and we're going to stop it. We're not going to let it happen. We have enough bad deals. This deal would be catastrophic. So look, let me just tell you a couple of things. So we have to bring our jobs back to this country. We have to stop making horrible trade deals. We have the greatest business people in the world in the United States. I know many of them. I know the good ones, the bad ones, the overrated ones. I know, and the underrated ones, people you've never heard of, who are phenomenal. We are going to bring the greatest business minds. We're going to take on new trade deals with China, with Japan, with Mexico, with all of these countries that are ripping us like nobody's ever been ripped before, ever. So, you know, I talk about different deals. Ford is building a huge plant, $2.5 billion. Nobody does. Maybe we don't buy Fords anymore. Who knows, right? But look, they're building in Mexico a $2.5 billion plant. It started 2 years ago, and now, because nobody did anything like go to see them, find out what's happening,